What's up, guys? It's Norris here back again to give you some little more advanced tips when it comes to throwing forehands out on the course. I hope you saw our first video where I just laid out some basic tips just to get started throwing forehands. These tips are going to be more inclined to the person that's already been throwing forehands for a little while, already gotten pretty good at it, but it's really looking to break the plateau and really get into that next echelon of with throwing forehands out on the course. And so I think these tips might be able to help you generate a little more spin, a little more power onto the disc going forward. Anyways, let's just start out with the very first thing, the more advanced grouping. Just like last time I told you, get yourself lined up properly to where you're wanting to throw, and then come forward and snap the disc on that line. Something that will really help get you a little bit faster, which equals more distance, and a little bit cleaner, a little more spin around the disc will be, no matter how far you reach back, you really want to keep the disc when you come forward as close to your forearm right here as you can when you're coming forward. That'll help you keep it. That forces your elbow to be in close to your body, which is exactly what you like, at least when you're coming through. And then it also allows you to keep your hand on the outside of the disc as far as possible. And what that does is when you come through, the further your hand is on the outside of the disc, which is going to be the disc facing out, of course, not the disc that's facing in. The further out it is, the faster the snap is going to have to come through. The farther that it has to travel around a certain, place, and the farther it has to travel, then the faster it's going to travel to get out, and it's out of your hand quicker, it's more spin, it's more power, and it's automatically more distance. Something else that will really help is when you're coming through, you're going to, as I told you, want your foot kind of straight when lining up. You're going to snap over your big toe. When I'm throwing for power, when I'm out there on the course throwing for power, my foot is going to be turned a little bit more. Again, not completely perpendicular to where I'm lined up, but it's going to be, pretty good off to the right. And then as I shift my weight forward into the hips, then I start to open and bring all that through. When I pivot on my heel, it's just really fast. I'm trying to open everything up fast, really shift all this around fast, and then of course snap fast, and it's all just a multiplying effect. Really getting a lot of energy, a lot of force onto the disc, really propelling it forward. When I'm needing it to go 420, 430. That's all the things that I'm kind of focused on. One thing that you really don't want to get just kind of in the bad habit of is opening up a little too soon with your hips and your shoulders, because one thing that'll lend itself to is when you're coming and you don't really get all that weight shifted and you're already opening up before it's all under this front foot, that'll really tend, you spray it this way or you'll spray it that way, and that's just really something you don't need to get, because that makes you wildly inconsistent, especially if your elbow's all out here and not tight like it needs to be coming forward and snapping. Then your margin forever is absolutely huge. You'll be spraying stuff all over the course, no matter how far it really goes. It doesn't matter if you're not accurate. Those are a couple things that keeps me in line when I'm really trying to throw those big power hyzers, or those nice hyzer flip up, come over and hyzer back for the really big distance. Another thing when I go back to grip is, as I told you, this is the grip that I use, the stack grip. Two very important things when it comes to grip and throwing for power is going to be thumb pressure, and then also what that index finger is going to be doing. Start off thumb pressure. You really don't want your thumb moving way too far to the middle or way too far to the edge. I know when Caleb's out there throwing, his is right where the flight plate kind of meets the edge or the rim of the disc. That just feels like he gives him a little more control. For me, I really try to really push the disc way down in to my thumb and my index area, just right there. Really trying to get it tight into there. And for me, that's going to cause my thumb to be a little bit more out onto the flight plate. That just what helps me generate the snap, generate the power. It gives me a nice firm grip in my hand. So really what you want to do with thumb pressure controls power probably more than anything else, because it doesn't matter how much force you can get by form, you know, putting it onto the disc. If you can't hold on to it long enough with that thumb pressure, then it's not really going to matter. So really, you know, the harder you press your thumb in, you know, wherever you choose to put your grip, it's usually going to equal, you know, more distance, as long as you're not trying to get, you know, just absolutely kill the disc. Just nice, smooth, and quick everything, you know, and everything's going to come out all nice spin. Secondly, that index finger, when I'm really throwing really far, I really need, you know, good spin just to try to keep an understable disc on a nice straight line to hyzer. I'm pushing in with that middle finger, and I'm also pushing on the middle finger with that index finger even harder, you know, still with the thumb. That gives me a really nice tight rotation. It keeps everything nice, simple. It can really withstand a lot of force. And one thing that goes back to physics is the longer that you can apply force to an object, then the more force it's going to have coming off of it. So like I could come, you know, from way back here, you know, and barely kind of throw it, and it'd have the same kind of force as if, you know, I came just to right here and then snapped it, you know, really fast. So really what you want to do is the longer that you can hold on to that disc, you know, snapping forward, just, I mean, every little millisecond counts. So you really want to try to focus on really snapping down that line that you want to hit with the angle that you want to hit it on, and just a really fast, really hard, really clean snap. And of course the release with your hips following through, and you really should see you know, some big improvement in your distance. Maybe a little more control too, you know, when you get the spin and all that down. But I think that's all I have for the, you know, more advanced tips when I'm really trying to throw far, really trying to throw big forehands. Once again, if you have any questions, you know, just leave a comment. Like I said, one of us will surely get back to you. We have a few more videos set up just like this one to really kind of help, you know, with different aspects of the game. We'll be hopefully having other people do a couple more of those. But if that's all, then hope to see y'all next video, and peace.